menorahs vandalized across the United States. During the Jewish festival of Hanukkah from December 7th to 15th, several menorahs set up by Jewish countries across, Jewish communities across the United States were vandalized, reflecting a worrying surge in anti-Semitism. In Oakland, California, a public menorah was destroyed with pieces thrown into Lake Merritt, accompanied by threatening graffiti. Mayor Sheng Thao strongly condemned the act, stating, "I want to be very clear that what happened was not just an attack on Oakland's Jewish community, but our entire city and our shared values." Similar incidents occurred in New Haven, Connecticut, where a pro Palestinian protester climbed a menorah, and in North Palm Beach, Florida, where a sculpted menorah was defaced with a Yahtzee swastika. Additionally, menorah vandalism was reported in Santa Monica, California, Washington, D.C., and Brooklyn, New York. Beyond the US, a Polish MP extinguished a menorah's candles, and the public menorah in London was toppled. These acts of vandalism extend to other symbols, like in Greensboro, North Carolina, where a big H, or as Armin says, the Holocaust, the Shoah. Okay, we all know what event we're talking about in
No,
World
no,
War
no,
II. I
just
don't
say
want to.
no, no,
Okay, fine.
just say it. No, we're doing
Okay,
you know
these
what? From
acts of
now, we're not censoring. We're now, yeah, you guys just we're trying to, because people are giving us super chats to undo the fact that we're getting demonetized. We're gonna just say everything from now on, okay? Yeah.
Okay, well then I'll say the sentence in full so we can cut it in. These acts of vandalism extend to other Jewish symbols, like in Greensboro, North Carolina, where a Holocaust memorial was defaced, indicating a broader pattern of anti-Semitic incidents during a time traditionally marked by Jewish celebration and remembrance. Yeah, Darko is saying, what do they think they are accomplishing by doing this? This is a big question because, okay, one thing I wish is that if you are someone who is very into the Palestinian cause, and by that I mean the broader narrative of completely destroying Israel, making everything just Palestine from the river to the sea, like if that's your cause, your narrative, what you're going for, which I think is distinct from people that want the well-being of Palestinian people. Like you can want both, but also I think there is a distinction between free Palestine and then just like the well-being of these people. You know what I mean? Am- did that make sense?
Yes, yes. To me,
Okay.
that
Okay. Please let me know in the live chat if you don't understand when I'm the distinction I'm making there. Because there can be a crossover, but also they can be distinct. So say that you're one of these free Palestine people that are for the quote unquote Palestinian cause. If that is your stance, if that is your passion, if that is what you believe in, then it is in your interest to condemn these actions in the strongest possible terms. Because for most other people who see these acts, it is just further proof that this is actually an anti Semitic movement. Where a lot of people try to say, no, 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 this is not an anti-Semitic movement. This is for the well-being of Palestinian people. Again, that distinction that I made. Well, that becomes more and more difficult for people to believe when we see a rise in menorahs being tacked across the world, saying, "Oh no, if this is just a movement that is not anti-Semitic, that is just for the well-being of people, there should be no understandable, fathomable reason to attack a symbol of Jewish religious celebration and festivities. A menorah is not the Israeli flag. It's not a political statement. It's just a menorah. It's just a holiday festival, right? But instead, they see a symbol of Judaism, they see a symbol of the Jewish people in the public sphere that is not even the Magam David, it's not even the Israeli flag. And also, if it was the Magam David, attacking that is it I think that's totally unjustifiable as well. But it's not even those symbols that are more political. It's just a symbol of the Jewish faith, and it's being vandalized and desecrated. And the one in Oakland made me particularly upset because I actually used to live really close to here. Like, this is my neighborhood. I used to work a few blocks away. So I know exactly where this happened. And I know I've so before I even read more details about this to prepare for this news, I already knew what happened. I was like, some people might try to say, "Oh no, these are like far right people who are attacking these things." Blah blah blah. It's not. Okay, first of all, in Oakland, I have personally witnessed with my own two eyes, less than 20 feet away from me, so-called white mega people getting their faces punched in. Okay, so no, it's not going to be that. I already knew that it was going to be some far left anti Semitism, and they think they're doing it for the sake of the Palestinian people. Because then later, when I was researching this story, it was found out that this giant menorah that they had to like literally cut through like very strong, huge metal beams to break it apart to then throw it in the lake. That there was "Free Palestine" written all over the ground in spray paint in Arabic. So there
So,
is no
one second.
like trying to
Mm.
waffle about what the political motivations of these people are. And for the people that actually do want the well-being of Palestinian people, this is like the worst thing that could happen for their cause.
Yes.
Because how is most of the this is going to validate everyone's worst assumptions about that movement and cause. But enough of my ranting.
I just want to make sure that some people don't know what a menorah is in the live chat. I just wanted to make sure
Mm.
that I tell people this is a okay, atheist gamer. This is a menorah. It's a Jewish symbol. Okay. I'm actually happy that people are doing this. It shows the fact that our concerns are correct. That this is not that this is not just a criticism of Israel. That a lot of motivations behind what people when they're saying like, oh, we're anti-Zionism or we're anti-Israel or like we're anti-genocide is actually Jewish hatred. There's a lot of reasons why we believe that this is genuinely anti-Jewish hatred and not a concern for genocide or not a concern for the Palestinian people. And this adds to the list of those reasons why we say that, right? So it's a they're outing themselves, and I want to thank them for showing that to us, right? Also, just to show you how widespread this is, did you see this?
This was crazy. This is a far right dude.
I know, but I just wanted to show you how widespread this is. And this is somebody with the Palestinian flag in their profile account saying Polish Parliament member Gregor Braun extinguished the Jewish Hanukkah menorah in the Polish parliament in the protest of the Israel occupation, ongoing genocide against Palestinians in Gaza. So I don't know what this got to do with that, but thank you again for showing how far it goes. Like it goes up to the way to members of parliaments of Poland. But look at what this guy's doing. So we had a menorah in the Polish parliament, and this is what this guy does. And again, guys, this is a member of parliament. Wait, let me see if we have audio. There is no, this one has no audio, I think, right? Yeah, this one has no audio, but there was a better one with the audio. I should have grabbed that one. But look at him. He went with this. Turn off the people are trying to stop. Oh my god, this is insane. Yeah. What do you think about this?
Well, it makes me think about how I appreciate free speech and I love that it's protected, at least in my country, because I want people to say exactly what they think and so we know exactly who they are. Right?
Right.
Like, I'm glad
Yeah.
this guy took this opportunity to show us exactly who he is. So there's no
Right.
confusion. There's no confusion.
Yeah. Yeah. Also, this confirms Zionism as well. Just want to let you guys know that as a protest against Zionism, these people are showing you why we need Zionism, why Jews are not safe anywhere in the world, and why establishing Israel as a place where Jewish people can feel safe and have their own army is justified, given the level of hate that they're facing all around the world. So, thank you for confirming Zionism as a in your attempt to fight it.
And
Um,
do you remember wait, no, I wanna pull this up. And also, can you in the show
Right.
notes, there was one thing for this news story that I wanted you to bring up and show, but there's one thing that I'll
Okay.
bring up in the meantime. Do you remember this incident that happened about the notorious, Oakland City Council incident where people were openly defending
Yes.
and running apologists and denying the atrocities of Hamas? Okay, I encourage people to go watch this if you haven't. So it made me so pissed when the mayor of Oakland was like, "This does not reflect our values and all this shit." I'm like, "No, no, 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 no. This does reflect the values of Oakland. This does reflect the values of Oakland. I know because I
Yeah.
lived there, and Oakland is full of far left radicals because I was one." Like, this does reflect the values of Oakland and Berkeley, unfortunately.
True. True.
So
Okay, let me
bad.
you wanted to me to share this, right?
Yes, we don't have to watch the full thing because I don't remember how long this is, but I just kinda wanted to get, some of his statements in the beginning because it talks about this issue and this contention that we're talking about.
All right. So when we have Instagram videos, tell me to download them ahead of time because Instagram's playing
Oh,
options is
yeah.
horrible, right? I can't go back. I don't know. If I want to play this from the beginning, I have to refresh the tab. It's insane. And then it will mute it at the beginning. So I have to bring it back up, but I can't go back to listen to the part that was muted. It's insane. I don't know why. I don't know how. Yeah. So let's refresh so that we could get. Yep. See, now it's muted and paused and muted and it plays, and now I can't get back to the beginning of the video. It's insane. It's insane. And there's no full screen version as well.
Okay, stop
So he's saying,
complaining, play the video.
yeah, okay. So do you want to read it yourself? I never.
No, no, well, he's gonna be
Okay.
speaking, but so this is the
Oh,
context.
in
This is
English?
one of
Oh,
the this is one of the rabbis at Harvard.
okay, great.
About this publicly, but this bothers me till this very day. You know what happens to the menorah? After everyone leaves the yard, we're going to pack it up. We have to hide it somewhere. The university, since the first Hanukkah, would not allow us to keep this menorah here overnight because there's fear that it'll be vandalized. Think about that. We're trying to fix the world, the future leaders of the world. On our campus, in the shadow of Widener Library, we in the Jewish community are instructed, we'll let you have the menorah, you made your point, okay, pack it up. Don't leave it out overnight because there will be criminal activity, we fear, and it won't look good. You know when change is going to happen on this campus? When we don't have to pack up the menorah. When the current dean of students is not able to tell me last Shabbat over dinner that a student confides in him, that he looks in the mirror before he leaves his dorm room to ensure that there's nothing on his physical appearance that gives away the fact that he's a Jew. That's the reality of the Jewish community at Harvard today. We have to pack up our menorah when we're done. Students have to remove anything. Some students feel they have to remove anything about their physical appearance that suggests that they're a target. We have work to do, friends. We in the Jewish community are longing for a day that we could refer to the president of and all of Harvard as ours too. That Harvard has indeed not only has our back and not only allows us to finally put up a menorah, but doesn't force us to hide it at night. And when they witness hateful calls to the death of Jews, you don't walk by and say nothing. You speak. You don't remain silent. And let's hope that indeed we'll be able to look at the light of the Hanukkah candles and see only its light, because the power of its light will eliminate all the darkness. and turn this and transform our community to a place that'll be indeed a beacon of light, not only to the lives and to the hearts and minds of all our students, but indeed through our students and through our community to the world.
So I thought that was really important to highlight because we've been talking about this contention for a few weeks now. I mean, Hanukkah, ended on the 15th, but because Armin and I were of the position of no, it should be public so that when it's vandalized, people know that that hatred is present and it's real and it's close, right? That it is something that is alive and needs to be addressed and brought out in the local communities, right? That's the utility of us and our opinions about why it should remain public, even at risk of vandalism and desecration. And however, I understand, and I'm not going to tell Jewish communities that they should put themselves through it if they don't want to see that. Right? There are synagogues like all across the country that made the decision to do similar actions, to move it, to hide it, to maybe not have it publicly at all. And we can't make the decisions for any given community or what people want to expose themselves to, right? But I think knowing and being very clear about that threat that communities are facing needs to be really openly talked about. And so I'm really glad that that rabbi was very clear about what's going on behind the scenes. Because like he said, they want us to hide it because they know it's going to get vandalized and they think it looks bad. So they're protecting themselves, their image and their reputation. I mean, Harvard is a freaking embarrassment now, but what can you do? Armin, you look like you were going to say something?
Yes, I want to mention that in a different context, I would be completely in favor of removing menorahs from, government buildings and universities, if the removal of it is because it will be vandalized and or some people giving into antisemitism, then that is horrible, but it's also an indication of how much anti-Jewish hatred exists, right? But if it was a different context, if it was like, hey, we're removing all religious symbols, crosses, menorahs, hijab from our school, university, or government institutions, and that will, we will just remove a menorah in the same way that we will remove a cross. In that, so again, it's context specific. In that context, I would be like, yes, remove the menorah. Remove the menorah. I will support removing the menorah. But this is a completely different context, right? The reasons behind this here is different. So that's why this is problematic, right? I just want to say, I was just thinking if somebody comes in oh, now you support religious symbols in universities and government buildings. No, I mean, if I don't, but I don't like this, the reasons behind this removal.
Exactly. Actually, speaking of that's a perfect segue into our next statement, our next segment about the public display of religious symbols.
Religious symbols.
In
okay, but we have super
government
yeah.
facilities.
Interesting.
Okay.
So we're not hypocrites, if you guys were wondering about that. Yeah.
No, I completely agree. And also, Harvard is a private institution. I mean, it doesn't receive some federal funding, but so it becomes complicated. But
yeah, but if they decided to,
in either case, you're being consistent.
Right. Yeah. Right.
You're saying it's either all or none.
Yes. Yeah, and also, the doorknob head is also pointing the same thing, that Harvard University is a private institution, right? Yes, but even as a private institution, if it is within your right, if you decided that we're getting rid of all religious symbols from our campus, they don't have to because they're privately, but they can if they wanted to.
Yeah.
Okay. Go on.
Newman gave us a super chat. Thank you, saying, "Love you all. I feel better and happy today. Thanks." Oh, I'm so happy to hear that. Yay.
Thank you.
Zaid is being satirical, saying, "Watch me stop genocide by mindless vandalism and assault on innocent people." And there might be other people that would try to accuse us of being hypocrites because of our own like desecration of religious symbols and books, right? But the difference is that it's not vandalism because it's our own property.
Yes, you're
You
right. Actually, that's another
freaking
good.
imbeciles.
Yeah, that's a very good point. Again, so if somebody was burning a menorah as a way to show demonstration hate against other people's, and also destroying someone else's property, that is bad. That's crime. That is hatred towards groups of people. But if you, as a show of blasphemy against religious symbols, bought your own menorah, right, and I don't know, destroyed it as a way to promote anti-blasphemy, again, that is not a completely different context. So if you think that we're being hypocrites, it's because you're not understanding the context here. Good
Well,
point.
also, you could even go buy your own menorah and go destroy it for the purpose of actually showing your hatred against these people, and it would be totally different than vandalizing public property.
Exactly. You could, yeah, exactly. So, for example, I have a burn and spit on and the Torah, right? And that is not a demonstration of me or showing my hatred towards Jewish people. That is a demonstration of me blaspheming against the Jewish religion. So again, you have to also check the person's intention and what are they trying to say when they're doing something.
Yeah. But even if that person was doing it for the purposes of hatred towards a person, I don't think that would be illegal in the United States.
It would be immoral, but not illegal. Yes. But somebody, hold on. Somebody's saying, did you read what I just? Oh no, I thought you were talking about what I just. Did I read the Torah before I burn? No, we haven't, because we will. Never mind. Go to the next super chat.
Oh my
Sorry,
God. And
I
Kimba,
misunderstood that.
no, what he has to say is just bullshit. Okay. Uzi gave us a super chat. Uzi Alvarez. Oh, the king is here. Thank you for the super chat. Saying Armin is atheist giga chat. All hail Lord Navabi.
Thank you. Thank you very much. I appreciate that.
Bull McLeod gave us a super chat. Thank you. Saying more for the demonetization relief fund. I love that way of putting it. Yeah, that's basically what this is. Demonetization relief.
We got so many super chats today, and I think we have made, like, the fact that we're gonna get demonetized, it doesn't matter to us anymore, because like you guys made up for it. So thank you so much for that. I appreciate that. Do you know who makes the most amazing, gorgeous, and other adjectives that I can't use here on YouTube, blasphemous art ever? We do. And for some reason, we are giving it away for free. Download them now using the link in the description before we change our mind.